Hello, and welcome back to week 5 of the Houston Housing Market Updates. I'm your host, TraceyReNay, and we're breaking down the biggest trends of the week. From new listing surges to off-market activity spikes and pending sales slowing down, what does this all mean for our buyers, sellers, and investors? Well, you'll have to stay tuned to find out. All right, so let's get into it. So our new listings continue for the fourth consecutive week, guys, to increase. So our new listings increased by 16.1% for week 5. So that meant that we had 3,423 new properties to be added to the MLS for week 5. But as I mentioned, on the flip side of that, our off-market listings surged by 21.6%. So what that means is that more sellers pulled their properties from the MLS. We had a little over, 2,349 properties were pulled back from off market versus last year being 1,932 from last year. So pending listings, which reflects buyer demand, you already know, that dropped by 7.8% for week 5 compared to 2024, continuing that downward trend that we've seen so far this year. Of course, we're only in week 5. So again, we're seeing this downward trend from those pending listings. So our showings are still lagging a little bit. Buyers are out there, guys, but they're slightly less active, or they were slightly less active in week 5. So showings dropped by 5.6% for the year, which only gave us 37,205 showings. It may sound like a lot, but again, this is only week 5, guys, and the showings have slowed down a little bit. However, the closings buck the trend, right? So our closings actually increased by slightly 1.2%, which is still good. So the showings are down, but we still had some closings to happen as well. So that's good. So we reached 1,588 transactions for week 5. So this does suggest that the buyers are taking their time out there, right? Serious buyers are still looking, but they're a little bit more cautious. And just like I told you on last week, our sellers, you've got to be really committed in ensuring that your home is properly priced and marketed so that we can get more eyes on your property. So you've got to be very strategic in ensuring that the home is marketed properly, again, and priced properly in order to continue to grab those eyes of those serious buyers. The buyers out there, they're just being very cautious. So again, I cannot stress enough about making sure that the home is priced properly and it shows well. And of course, you have the right realtor to make sure that all of this happens for you. All right. Now, like I said, despite the slower traffic, the closings increased a little bit by 1.2%. So that's a great thing. So what should you do in this market, right? Okay. So for my sellers, just as I mentioned, you want to make sure that your home is priced properly for this home. You want to be able to really stand out. So competitive pricing is going to be key. You want to make sure that if there's anything that needs to be taken care of in the home, minor cosmetic issues, if you can, go ahead and get those cosmetic issues, knock those out, because again, you want to be as competitive as possible so that you get the right buyer, because again, the buyers are out there. We're seeing the closings, albeit they slowed a little bit, but we're still seeing those closings happen. So you definitely want to make sure that you do that. For my buyers, even though there's fewer pending transactions happening, fewer contracts happening, you are going to have to ensure that you and your realtor are negotiating the best deal possible, the best terms before that competition spikes back up, guys, towards that spring. You want to, again, make sure that you are working with someone who can negotiate on your behalf to ensure that you get the best deal possible. Now, for my investors, with the off-market activity, what that's suggesting to us is that the sellers are becoming a little bit apprehensive or impatient around here. So it might be prime time for you to get in on some of these great off-market deals from motivated sellers. Yep. So be able to take advantage of that. Well, that's it. Those are the numbers for week 5 Houston housing market. I'm your host, TraceyReNay. What's going to happen? Are we going into a buyer's market, or will things really begin to heat up around here? Drop a comment below and let me know what you think. And until next time, I look forward to reading the comments about what you think is going to happen. See you next week. And until that time, guys, have an abundantly blessed and powerful week. And of course, you know I'd love to earn your business as your realtor of choice. My contact information will be below. Have a great day.